Hey, what's good, dog? Today we're going to be talking about George Not Found and his abuse allegations, because 2 weeks ago I talked about Wilbur and his abuse allegations, but, around that same time period, there was also the George Not Found situation, and I didn't really know much about it until, this week when I was in Miami in my hotel. I watched a Cheeto upload a video about it, and now I have some things to say about it, too. Now, of course, my statement on Wilbur Soot is very controversial and very unpopular, okay? Basically, he is innocent. He did nothing wrong. If you don't want to be in a relationship with Wilbur Soot with all of the things he has done, that's fine. But why do you have to come to the internet just to ruin his career and make him be seen as a bad person? Yeah, Wilbur Soot did bad things, and, he's, it's not excusable, but it doesn't mean he gets to have his whole career get destroyed. That's basically my main point. If you want to know the full lore of that controversy on my channel, which I've had a lot of controversies, it's nothing special, then I'll link it somewhere, I don't know. But now it's time for George Not Found, okay? This situation is a whole lot dumber, and I feel like my opinion here is very popular among, a lot of other people. But first, let's start at the start. Here is a video from the victim. Her name is Kate, I guess. Here we go.
Last year, at the beginning of summer, I was assaulted by a significantly older and popular content creator. I was freshly 18 and had just graduated high school a few weeks prior.
But yeah, obviously I can't show the full statement there. I can't show the full video. That's just I'm just going to show a little bit there. Basically, the story is that she went to a bloody after party and she was getting drunk. She was quote-unquote freshly 18. What the frick? She supposedly was telling people that she was a virgin. I don't know why that's important. And so her and also drunk George Not Found was talking, and they was sitting on the couch. They started getting all flirty and cuddly, and he got a little bit touchy, and she's kind of giggling and stuff. And as she explains later on in the situation now, she was very uncomfortable apparently, but she didn't really think to say anything. She just let it happen. George continued. He put his hands up her shirt, and then apparently he went other places. Also, she eventually said that, he was touching her private parts, I guess, or something like that. So she sat on this whole thing. She left that party that night just feeling oh, dang, that's kind of crazy, bruh. But then her friends, they were, telling her stuff that they saw that she doesn't even remember because she was drunk. And so after 8 months, she has just sat on this whole story and just thinking, dang, nobody's gonna believe me, no one's gonna care, something like that. But her friends convinced her, very, very clearly convinced her to come out about this and paint George as a bad person. And all of the Dream SMP fans ran with it. Alright, look at these screenshots. Look, people were very, very mad about this at first. And so eventually, George decided to respond. I will be doing a very serious stream later today. This post is just to make that clear. I am gathering all of the information and evidence to share. I have never and would never break someone's sexual boundaries or assault anyone. And then here are the response videos, okay? Recently, he released a second response video on his, live stream channel and stuff. And my response, it's very suspicious, and it kind of reminds me of Pyrocynical. That's crazy, bruh. Why do you gotta steal titles? What the frick? Now, for the sake of this video, let's play a small clip that I found on Twitter from his first video.
The furthest anything ever got was under the shirt touching and cuddling. Now, obviously, people don't typically ask if everything is okay, even such as touching someone's waist under their shirt before they do it. But in this case, I was extremely slow, and she was engaging with me the entire time, laughing, cuddling with me, and even playfully fighting me.
Now, this Twitter user is very mad by this statement. You typically don't ask if you can touch someone's waist. Yeah, that's actually true. Literally, someone touching your waist is such a insignificant and small action. But then, if they kiss you, they touch your booty, they touch your honker, they touch your budussy. That's another story, but waist, who the frick cares? So no, he does not deserve the electric chair, you feel me? What the frick? Now, of course, in the Wilbur video, I showed a clip of Tubbo having a breakdown, or not really a breakdown, but this time he is having a breakdown over finding out that George is now also an abuser. It's really funny, so I'm gonna show it.
My friends, or anybody else as a scapegoat for your fucking sexual abuse is disgusting! It's fucking disgusting! Okay? My friend cried in my fucking arms about this, and you're on stream denying it all, denying the fucking hurt that you caused to her. You are disgusting fucking people. You and all of your abuse sympathizer friends, you are all fucking horrible. Seriously, you are so wrong for trying to displace this fucking sexual assault onto anyone but yourselves. You are a 26-year-old man, 27 now, trying to fucking put the blame on 18-year-olds that you don't fucking know. What the fuck is wrong?
Tubbo is freaking out like George killed someone or something. Or as if George was, like, discovered to have been a Trump supporter in the past, like, I don't know, in 2015 or something, you know? Like, bruv, it is not that deep. You British mother hecker, get the frick. Now, I don't know who this person is, but I just found this clip on Twitter from this Twitter account, and I'm gonna show it. I think it's just pretty epic. Alright, just watch.
I am sorry. I feel terrible about it. And I'm sorry that I didn't. Again, I'm really sorry for this. And I'm sorry, Katie, that I did not do that for you. And I'm sorry that I did not. And I'm sorry. I am sorry, Katie. I'm sorry for how this will affect you going forward. I'm sorry that everything got to this point.
Is this a fucking apology or a response? What are you apologizing for? Fucking two adults cuddled and a waist was touched. Is that what we're apologizing for? Are we serious? Fucking, why do you have 11 apologies in your goddamn video?
Yeah, slightly unrelated, but I just want to say this real quick. Why does it matter that Kate was freshly 18? She looked like an adult, she was acting like an adult, she was drinking alcohol, she was talking to other adults, she was cuddling with another adult. What the frick is the problem? Literally, it is a United States law. The day you turn 18, not the very minute, not the very hour, the day you turn 18, the day you wake up and it's your birthday and you're 18, the very morning you wake up on that day, you can go into the prawn hub industry. You can sign up to get BBC plowed, all of that stuff. That's something I heard FaZe Banks say on Keemstar's podcast. That is not my words, that is his words. Call it weird all you want, but he's not going to be prosecuted for cuddling with someone that is quote-unquote freshly 18. I don't think he's going to be prosecuted at all. What lawyer is going to pick up this story and defend Kate? Does she even have the money for this? Is it even worth it? His career's already over. Like, goodness gracious, in the end, it's not even that serious. Even Mr. Beast has removed George from an advertisement for the festival's bar. So the original post advertising it is like a rare Pokemon card. Why am I speaking a British accent? It's like a rare Pokemon card that is just like discontinued. And you can only find it via screenshots of that other people have taken it, so you can find it out there, but you know. But yeah, this George slander has gotten so far, people are sending pseudo-death threats, and I'm saying pseudo-death threats because they're not total death threats where they're like, I'm going to kill you. They're like making jokes about him killing himself or whatever, like, hypothetically. I'm sick of seeing people joke about George killing himself. It's a disgusting joke to make about a person no matter the awful things they have done, and it is extremely triggering. Please stop it. George not found sitting on his bed as the effects of the pills start kicking in all at once and his life begins to fade from his eyes. We can let that post slide. Like, there's so many other worse things I can say. Yeah, well, let's move on. And here we got George and Wilbur standing next to each other. Very, very funny. They're both going to jail. Breaking news, okay? Destiny reportedly called an 18-year-old girl lucky after she was touched inappropriately by YouTuber George Not Found.
Like, why are we leaking this? Like, you are lucky. You're lucky that that was the only thing that happened. This is such a lucky lesson learned. Like, okay, I was underage, drinking. I was already pretty dumb. Probably shouldn't go back to the hotel rooms with guys alone. Some guy kind of like felt me up a little bit, but nothing happened and then I left. That is a lucky scenario. That's lucky. Nothing happened. You're good. Like, holy shit. What an easy way to learn a lesson without anything fucking insane happening. Wait, what the fuck?
Now, I personally don't like Destiny for obvious reasons if you know his background, his history, but this is a very base take, okay? Thank you for not appeasing to the mob, okay? Like, Destiny, he's a leftist, but he thinks for himself sometimes, you know? And it is true. From what it sounds like, she is still a virgin, okay? She did not lose her virginity that night without her consent or anything. She was not unclothed, okay? They didn't make a scene. Nobody was like, ew, George, what are you doing? Ew, Kate, why are you letting this happen? Nothing like that. It was just adults being adults. And Kate, if that makes you uncomfortable, say something. That's just like, oh my goodness. None of this would have happened if you just said something in the beginning. I know you were drunk. I know it was your friends that had to watch everything and tell you about it afterwards. But gosh dang it, communication is very, very important, and I'll get back to that in a second. Here's the light at the end of the tunnel. Here's people defending George, like I am right now. I'm gonna do the Keemstar voice. George not found is a rapist. If tickling someone equals rap. That is my one and only attempt. You're not canceled. You're a criminal. Then why aren't you taking him to court? What the frick? My experience with George not found. He made me cry in 2021 by killing a baby rabbit in Mein Kampf. I think that post was a joke. Yeah. Speaking of joke, this is a joke. All this over a "Are you ticklish" game? In a room full of drunk people. Americans are so stupid. Kate saying she dreads of the potential things that George Not Found could have done. Huh? You mean fantasies? Just say, ew, stop if you don't like it. 2 words. Like, what the frick is... This post is like improper grammar, but bear with me for a second. Do y'all ever think about people who defend people like George Not Found do it because if they don't, they're gonna realize they've probably harassed someone in the past and have to absolve him to absolve themselves? Nope, but I've had almost the same thing happen to me, and I texted him right after he left, and I said I was uncomfortable. He immediately apologized, not knowing I felt that way. So, you know. What? LMFAO, no. We support George because Katie got tickled, had a nervous breakdown over it, and then started making false accusations. She's messed up her story 6 separate times now. She's a clown and has made a mockery of real victims. Autism. Asking for consent for every action is a cool concept, but it's not how the real world works. Our brains are primal. Yes, we read body language. Yes, we read social cues and signals. If touching a girl after she reciprocated through body language is harassment, then yes, I have. How I sleep at night knowing I never watched Dream Sapnap, George Not Found, and all of their overrated garbage. Yes, you are the true winner. You do not care about any of this. I half care about this. But you are the true champion because you have never invested any of your time into any of these people. Congratulations. Wait until these Dream stands and these George and Wilbur haters find out about the average boys friend group. Here's a funny meme I want to show you guys.
But I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What am I doing here?
I've been touched inappropriately by other men. Even when I was doing an interview, I don't know how long it would take for me to find the actual footage, and I don't think I'm allowed to show it because the principal doesn't want me showing footage of the school. But yeah, I was quote-unquote schmexually assaulted while interviewing someone. He grabbed my booty. And I didn't say anything. Why? Not because I was uncomfortable, but because I didn't give a frick. We were both dudes, so I guess this is a different situation. But you know, even I have been schmexually assaulted, and I still see those people all the time, and I just don't care. It doesn't matter. Now, to get back to that communication thing I was talking about earlier, now, this is kind of how I want to end this video. Because this goes hand in hand with the George and Wilbur situation. Communication, okay? Communication is very, very important. And so why should Wilbur and George both lose their careers because they did something because they didn't realize what they were doing was wrong? Now, between Kate and Shelby, Kate is the younger one, so that one is like a little bit understandable. Yeah, she's not going to stand up for herself. And still, why should George lose his career just because you couldn't communicate? And then as for Shelby, she is pushing 30, if not... yeah, she is 30. She's the 30-year-old woman. She was 29, 28, something like that when she started dating this dude. And she couldn't communicate properly to this retarded British man, okay? Like, yeah, she complained that she was getting those bruises and stuff and that Wilbur needs to stop biting her or else they're gonna break up, but she didn't do it in a way to where it's stuck in Wilbur's mind, and so they had no choice but to break up because, okay, you need to explain stuff in a specific way to these autistic people. I heard a take out there on Twitter. Wilbur, he is clearly autistic, okay? And so with that in mind, why does he deserve to lose his entire career because he's too retarded to understand social cues? Like, gosh dang it. So now, I guess we can spin this into an ableist thing, okay? And also, what it sounds like is that these people have never had a full-blown argument in their whole life. They've never been like raising their voice, you know what I'm saying? Like, they'll have a sit-down, serious conversation like, I need you to stop, okay? No, that he's not going to pick up on that. You need to scream at him, Wilbur, stop biting me! Stop, I'm going to break up with you, you know?
Speak when you're spoken to! You answer to me. You provide for me.
Provide for you.
You belong to me. Right.
I think that would stick better. And so you need to get angry. I guess that's my proposition here. That's kind of what you need to do if your autistic BF is biting you. Now, as for Kate, same thing. Despite her being drunk, okay? You were both drunk. Neither of you knew what was going on. You were both just like letting it go as it was. This dude started tickling you. He started touching you inappropriately. And at no point do you tell him to stop. And so then you sit on this for 8 months. And then now you start complaining. And then all of a sudden, George is like the worst person under the sun. There's a hawk outside my window eating a dove. I need to get video of this. Look at that thing. Keep eating it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. He knows I'm watching. Look at you. Oh my gosh. That's funny. That's so funny. Alright, where was I? If you don't communicate properly, why is that suddenly the other person's fault? Why should someone be condemned because they didn't even know they were doing something wrong? And now they know that you two were uncomfortable, okay? And so suddenly it's too late? And again, why do you have to bring this to the internet? Why don't you go to the police? Oh, because she was too scared to go to the police. Then why are you bringing it to the internet where millions of people all of a sudden know about this? That is much scarier than telling it to some cops that could actually help you. But like I said some minutes ago, the cops are not going to pick this up. A lawyer is not going to pick either of these situations up. It is just such a nothing burger. These women, they need to just actually get outside, touch grass, have real experiences, get real trauma. This is not real trauma. This is nothing compared to what really goes on out there in the world. And on my Wilbur video, someone commented and they're like, it doesn't matter what you think. All that matters is that Shelby felt uncomfortable. She feels sad. I don't care. She feels sad about something that's stupid. What we're trying to say, what we're trying to tell these women is that you're trying to end someone's career over something that does not matter. And I guess that's all I have to say. I wanted to do another Newsman episode where I talk about multiple things that is not just the George situation, but I got so much like stuff to put into this video and a lot of stuff to say, so I'm just making it its own thing. I was in Miami for a week, and so when I heard about this situation, I was very eager to get home and like actually talk about it. And so I took a while. I am so late on this situation. This all started back in like March 9th, and it's March 17th now. That's basically a whole millennium in YouTube time, okay? And there's a bunch of other stuff I wanted to talk about on today's video as well. That's why I wanted to do a Newsman episode. But no, we just don't live in that reality. I can't do that. I'm going to have to delay it to next week if there's nothing else big going on. On the second channel, I will work on a Miami vlog, but that will be way down the road because I'm still working on these interview shorts. So that's going to take up a lot of time from here. And then I can finally do the Miami vlog. Yay, yay. Sub to the second channel, follow the Rumble, Instagram, Twitter, X, TikTok, and join the Discord server. Follow all the social media. Bye-bye.